Infrared photography is not just for landscape work. Let's go. Hello everyone, Carmine from New York here. This is photo class number 297. I have been a photojournalist here in Manhattan for the last 50 years, a working photojournalist. I have this channel set up so I can give back to the photography community and give my 50 years of experience, tips, tricks, and stuff you just won't hear anywhere else. All right, guys, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. You know the deal. All right. Did I say street photography in infrared? Check it out. It really does give your street photography a whole new look. Kind of out of space, kind of third dimensional. I can't explain it. I can only show you another example. It's true, folks. Street photography in infrared is completely different. It is not your run-of-the-mill look. Some people say it's an acquired taste. I don't. It's art. Art is art, and that's it. All right, let's jump into it, guys. So today I want to discuss two types of infrared photography. The first one is going to be from the Nikon D60, which is sitting right next to me. This Nikon D60 I purchased on eBay, already converted to 590 nanometers. Now, 590 nanometers, I didn't know what it meant either until I got into infrared photography. 590, all that means is that it lets in the infrared light onto your sensor and a little bit of the visual spectrum. Right? So you get some wild, beautiful colors like this. The next camera I want to discuss, which is another style of infrared photography, is my 720 nanometer camera, which is the Nikon D50. Once again, I purchased it already converted from the same seller on eBay. If you want to know the actual eBay seller's name, just write it in the comments and I'll be glad to give you the eBay seller's name where I bought both of these cameras. And they weren't that much. We're talking like shipped from London. They were like 270-ish each. But it's a whole camera. It's not that I sent my cameras to be converted to infrared photography. I bought cameras that they were used, but they were opened up. The hot mirror was taken out, and in the D60's case, the hot mirror was taken out and a 590 nanometer filter was put in front of the sensor, which I said the hot mirror prevents infrared light from entering the sensor. That's what gets removed, and the 590 infrared filter goes in and lets in infrared light and a little bit of the visual spectrum. And this D50, same thing. Hot mirror taken out. Hot mirror blocks infrared light from hitting the sensor, and the 720 nanometer filter lets in all the infrared light and just the teeniest bit of visual light. two completely different looks. Now, that's what this class is all about. Which look is best for you before you purchase a converted camera for infrared, or before you send out your camera to the many places that will convert it. And there are guys on eBay that will also, for a price, accept your camera, open it up, take out the hot mirror, put in an infrared filter, and ship it back to you. Get some prices, see what you like. I went with this because I didn't want to give up my camera, right, that shoots normal pictures, and have it only do infrared. Now I ended up with two cameras, both shoot infrared, different styles. All right, let's. It's a fabric, all right? It's kind of like felt, dark gray. So I opened it up in the light before I took all the pictures you're about to see, in the sunlight on the day, seconds before I took the photos. I set the white balance to this. This is not 18% gray. It's darker. And I nailed it. And I did it on both cameras. I set the white balance preset to this gray, dark gray, and it worked perfect. So if you guys are going to shoot either infrared in 590 or 720, preset your white balance to dark gray. So, what did I shoot all the photographs you're looking at today? I shot them all in aperture priority, f8 ISO 200. Now, here's where we get to the real nitty gritty. This is where the tire meets the road. Editing. Editing your photographs in infrared is a whole new ball game. Forget everything you know about editing your regular portraits, wedding pictures, birthday pictures. Forget it. This is something new. Now, pay attention. I had to learn from scratch how to edit infrared photographs. It doesn't take that long. I am giving a shout out. Not only am I going to give a shout out to this YouTube channel, I'm going to put a link to his YouTube channel that helped me in the description below. Shout out to Rob Shea. Rob Shea teaches infrared editing. Now, he not only shows you how to edit, he does it in many different programs. Photoshop, Lightroom, and one of the ones he used was Luminar 4. That's my baby. That's my photo editing software. Why do I like that? Because you buy it once and it's yours. Unlike Photoshop where you pay for it monthly. Okay. So instead of me duplicating what he does to show you how it's edited, I'm going to put a link below and watch. It's not long. It's a few minutes long. Watch the way he does the photo editing on infrared photographs using Luminar 4. Okay, number one, I recommend Luminar 4. Number two, learn from the guy that I learned from, Rob Shea. I'm going to put a link in the description below. It'll take you right to the YouTube video that he made on how to edit infrared photographs. And from there, you can click on his channel, and he has buckets of videos that will teach you all about infrared photography. The number one thing, numero uno, number one thing to do when you're taking photographs with any kind of infrared camera, shoot raw. Don't even bother with JPEGs. Shoot raw, because you're going to need every bit of information you can. I'm going to put a list in the description about lenses that are okay to use in infrared photography. There's something called hotspots. Infrared photography is a different beast. The light focuses at a different point. So I'm going to put another link in the description from a company that has tested 90% of all the lenses to see if they give hotspots or not. And you'll see it. Lists and lists of good lenses for infrared photography and so-called bad lenses for infrared photography, because they will give you a hotspot. A hotspot is a white cloud in the center of your image. Okay, so I love when you guys want to know everything that I use to photograph. Number one, if you're using a converted camera, your aperture and shutter speed is exactly like using a regular camera. If it's nice and sunny outside, which you need for infrared photography, sun, sun, sun. You need. What I like about using a converted camera, no tripod necessary. The shutter speeds and the apertures are just like regular photography. Okay, if you use your regular camera with say an R72 from Hoya filter on the front, you're going to need a tripod, and your exposures are going to be minutes long. And whatever you're photographing, if it's not a rock, you're going to see cloud movement, leaf movement, and grass movement. Okay, it's another reason why it's worth the expense of getting yourself an infrared converted camera. Now let's keep going. So on the 590 nanometer camera, it's the Nikon D60. I used, on all the photographs you're looking at, I used the Nikon DX VR, the AFS, Nikon 18-55, 3.5, 5.6 G Roman numeral 2 lens. This is the lens that the seller on eBay highly, highly, highly recommended to use on his converted cameras. Not just his, on all converted infrared cameras. 0 hotspots and ultra sharp. This lens is incredible. Now, if you see on the front, this is something you're not going to see in any other YouTube photography channel. I keep the UV filter on the lens for all of my infrared photography, right? Infrared photography is here, right, on the spectrum, and UV light is way over here. Okay, but I leave it on and I have no trouble. In fact, I think in some ways it helps my infrared photography. Keep the UV filter on. Okay, that's on the 590 nanometer camera. Okay, and I leave it on the 720 nanometer camera. Okay, leave the UV filter on when you're shooting infrared photography. Okay, now this lens, okay, also no hotspots. Okay, it is the Nikon ED AFS 24-85, 3.5 to 4.5 G VR lens. Super zoom lens. You're looking at the photographs from that lens now. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, there's a lot of photographs I want to show you. Remember, this is to give you information. I teach photography. Before I had a YouTube channel, I taught photography. So here's what we're going to do. In this segment of the video, I'm going to put up a slide that will tell you what the next series after it of photographs is from. So first we'll do the 590 nanometer camera photographs, okay? That's the one that lets in a lot more visible light as well as all the infrared light. So you'll see a dramatic colors that you won't see anywhere except in outer space. And then I'll put up another slide that says starting here, they're the 720 nanometer filter cameras, photographs. And you will see how black and white this camera, the 720 nanometer camera, if you love black and white photography more than anything else, then the 720 nanometer camera is for you, because it'll be mostly black and whites. Just pay attention to the grass, how it turns white, the trees white. Your brain goes into disarray because it's like, wait, these are summer photographs, but everything looks like it's covered in snow. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so like the title says, it's your call. 720 nanometer infrared photography or 590 nanometer infrared photography. Carmine from New York says, let's look at the photographs.